Welcome back. Before we rescue this legend, hit like, comment your favorite classic, and subscribe for the full transformation of this 1967 Mustang.
Found in a barn after 40 years, this 1967 Mustang looks rough, but underneath the rust and grime, there's a legend waiting to be reborn. The deal is done. For a few $1,000s, I've taken on the biggest challenge of my life, restoring this iconic 1967 Mustang.
She's fighting us. The 1967 Mustang hasn't moved since 1982, and the earth has literally started to swallow the wheels. Let's get her out.
The journey to the workshop begins. We're heading to the city to give this 1967 Mustang a second chance at life. Stay tuned for the strip down.
She's finally home. This state-of-the-art facility is where we will dismantle every single bolt of this 1967 Mustang to start the restoration.
Up on the lift for the first time. The 1967 Mustang has more rust than we expected.
Every piece tells a story. Even a broken emblem from this 1967 Mustang will be saved as a reference for the new parts.
It's a disaster in here. This 1967 Mustang engine hasn't seen a drop of fresh oil in decades. It's time to pull this heart out.
The old wheels are off. These tires are dry rotted beyond repair. This 1967 Mustang is finally getting the foundations it needs.
The interior is completely shot. We're stripping this 1967 Mustang down to the frame. There isn't a single piece of fabric worth saving. Everything is brittle. 40 years of heat and cold have taken their toll on this 1967 Mustang. We'll have to replace the entire dash.
Engine out. The 1967 Mustang is now just a shell. This V8 is going straight to the machine shop for a total overhaul.
The dirty work. We're scraping away 40 years of road salt and mud from the 1967 Mustang's belly. It's a mess.
Media blasting reveals all. The 1967 Mustang is now bare metal, and we can finally see exactly how much work we have ahead of us.
No hiding now. The sandblasting exposed the truth about this 1967 Ford Mustang. We have serious rust in the floor pans that needs cutting out. Surgery begins. We are cutting out the cancer from this 1967 Ford Mustang. Any compromised metal is removed to ensure structural integrity. Fresh steel. We're welding in factory-spec replacement panels. This 1967 Ford Mustang will be stronger than the day it left the factory.
Stitching it back together. Every weld on this 1967 Ford Mustang is hand-done to ensure it lasts for another lifetime. Seamless finish. We grind down the welds until the new metal blends perfectly with the old on this 1967 Ford Mustang.
Sealing the deal. This epoxy primer locks out moisture, ensuring rust never touches this 1967 Ford Mustang again.
Laser straight. We use a skim coat to smooth out the body lines of the 1967 Ford Mustang before the final sanding begins.
The grind. Blocking the body of this 1967 Ford Mustang takes hundreds of hours, but it's the only way to get a mirror reflection.
Ready for color. The bodywork is done. The 1967 Ford Mustang is now perfectly straight and prepped for the paint booth.
Mixing the magic. We chose a custom metallic blue for this 1967 Ford Mustang to give it a modern twist on a classic look.
The transformation. Watching the color hit the 1967 Ford Mustang is the most rewarding part of the entire build.
The wet look. 3 layers of clear coat give this 1967 Ford Mustang a depth that looks like you could dive right into it.
Baking it in. We cure the paint on the 1967 Ford Mustang to ensure a finish that is as durable as it is beautiful.
Rebuilding the heart. We saved the original block of the 1967 Ford Mustang, but inside, it's getting all new performance internals.
Precision assembly. Every bolt in the 1967 Ford Mustang engine is torqued to spec to handle the increased horsepower.
Forged strength.
Top-end power. High-flow cylinder heads are the secret to waking up this old 1967 Ford Mustang V8 engine.
Engine complete. This V8 is no longer a greasy mess. It is the crown jewel of our 1967 Ford Mustang project. First breath. Listen to that. The 1967 Ford Mustang engine is alive and sounds absolutely aggressive.
The drivetrain. We've rebuilt the transmission to ensure the 1967 Ford Mustang shifts smoothly through all the gears. Modern ride. We're upgrading the suspension so this 1967 Ford Mustang handles corners like a modern sports car.
Stopping power. Safety first. We've ditched the old drums for massive disc brakes on the 1967 Ford Mustang. The heart transplant.
carefully dropping the engine back into the 1967 Ford Mustang without scratching that fresh paint. The pipes. A custom stainless exhaust will give the 1967 Ford Mustang that signature muscle car rumble. Let there be light. We've rewired the entire 1967 Ford Mustang with modern electrics for reliability and brightness.
Soundproofing. We're adding insulation to make sure the cabin of the 1967 Ford Mustang is quiet and comfortable.
Plush interior. The old rot is gone. We're installing premium black carpet in the 1967 Ford Mustang.
Custom comfort. These seats in the 1967 Ford Mustang are upholstered in Italian leather with custom stitching.
The cockpit. The dashboard of the 1967 Ford Mustang has been completely restored with modern gauges that look classic.
The finishing touch. A classic wood steering wheel completes the interior of this 1967 Ford Mustang.
Chrome and shine. The new bumpers on the 1967 Ford Mustang are flawless, contrasting perfectly with the blue paint. Badging. Reapplying the iconic emblems is the sign that the 1967 Ford Mustang is nearing the finish line.
New shoes. These custom wheels give the 1967 Ford Mustang an aggressive stance and serious grip.
Touchdown. The 1967 Ford Mustang supports its own weight again. The stance is absolutely perfect. And
Final polish. We're bringing out the maximum shine in the 1967 Ford Mustang before the owner sees it.
Crystal clear. New glass makes the 1967 Ford Mustang look crisp and sharp, ready for the open road.
Dialed in. We're aligning the suspension so the 1967 Ford Mustang drives straight and true.
It is done. After months of hard work, the restoration of the 1967 Ford Mustang is finally complete.
Into the light. Seeing the 1967 Ford Mustang in natural sunlight for the first time is breathtaking. Time to drive. Let's see what this reborn 1967 Ford Mustang can really do on the road.
Unleashed. The power is incredible. This 1967 Ford Mustang is now a true muscle car beast.
The return. We brought the 1967 Ford Mustang back to show the original owner. He won't believe his eyes.
Emotional reunion. He remembers it as a wreck, but now the 1967 Ford Mustang is better than new.
A legend saved. This 1967 Ford Mustang was destined for the scrapyard, but now it rules the road.
Thanks for watching the restoration of this 1967 Ford Mustang. Like and subscribe for our next build. See you soon.